In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 daily steps that you can do right now to make sure your YouTube gets to the next level in the second half of 2020 so you can finish out with the strongest 2020 ever. Let's go. What's going on, beautiful people? This is Max coming to you from the Majestic Lifestyle Coaching Channel, a place where we discuss tips and tricks concerning self-development, entrepreneurship, and social media. So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, become a part of this family, and also hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post new videos. And I normally post every Monday and Wednesday. And so in today's video, we're going to discuss 3 things, like we said earlier, that you can utilize on a daily basis to get to the next level in your YouTube business. If you want to use that for anything really, it's just basic habits of proper business building, proper daily habits, proper purpose finding, and anything that you want to build in 2020. So step number 1 is to consume. That's right, folks. The word consume. All right. So consume as much as you can. Now, I will talk about the other part later on, which is you can't just consume and do nothing. You've gotta do a lot more than consume. But I need you to consume. So therefore, if you're putting together a cooking channel, no, actually, don't go and consume a whole bunch of food. Don't do that. But consume a bunch of videos, right? Consume content. Read books about various recipes, about various types of culinary backgrounds and cultures and things like that. If you're doing art, if you're doing something about technology, if you're doing something based on cars, consume what it is that you're looking to do. So one of the things that I decided to do as I'm going to the next level in 2020 is focus a lot more of my time in my craft so that I can have the seeds, if I could have the knowledge, I could have the practice, I could have everything that I need to be able to give back to you guys and to know what I need to do on a daily basis, right? Because we're not born with this information. Nobody knows it all. So we have to go out there, read books, look at YouTube videos, look at blogs. There's so many resources. We are living in the information age. Information is everywhere. Sometimes you can say there's too much information, right? People pulling out how did they say it? TMI, too much information, right? But we're talking about good information. Go out there and seek that information. Whether you want to be prolific in leadership, marketing, branding, you want to start a tax company, whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and consume it. If you have some money, look for deals. Start getting it. Now, first of all, YouTube is one of the biggest universities and search libraries you can find in the world. You're going to find a lot of content on whatever it is you want to focus on right on YouTube. But before that, search as much as you can, right? Actually, no, I'm saying use that information. But after that, look for avenues where you can dive a little deeper, right? A lot of times people don't want to spend any money. They think, well, I'm just going to figure it out. I'm just going to go to just online and get all the free resources. Not everything that's free will take you to the next level. Oftentimes you have things to the next level and you have to put out some money. Let me actually rephrase that. There's gonna come a point in time in your business that you're going to have to spend money. So let's say if you don't have the money, your budget is tight. At first, reject the deals, right? You'll see one guru say, I'm gonna make you $20 million tomorrow. Hit the subscribe, sign up, right? And he's like, and this deal's gonna be $20,000. Yeah, skip that. $20,000. If you don't have that kind of money, you don't have to worry about that. Now, if this guy is this good, and that's how much he charges, and you have the money, go ahead and invest. Do your due diligence and make sure this person is worth it. They know what they're talking about, and they're not just somebody trying to cash in and act like they're a guru just to make money, right? So keep looking, keep searching. Look for somebody that has maybe some information for just $20 or some information for $100, right? Find one step that you can do something that can get you to the next level, that can get you a little bit more money, that can get you to the next level, so you can get to the point that one day you can consult with the $5,000 a day professional who can take your business to that next level. So consuming, there's different levels to consuming, whether you're going on YouTube, reading books, speaking to people, watching documentaries, reading blogs, listening to podcasts, all these different things. But at some point you want to find someone to invest in a program so you can study. There's things like Skillshare. There's a lot of things out there with cheaper programs where you can start learning something. That's the first step. Step number 2 is try to find a mentor, okay? Try to find someone in the field to either directly link up with or start to follow and model your life around. So that's the first part of it. But also, you need to build your community, okay? So let's go back to the finding the mentor part. It may not be as easy as, just picking up the phone and, hey, I want you to mentor me, and it happened like that. No, because most people who are good at what they do are busy. So the first thing they tell you is when you try to find a mentor is, what are you bringing to the table for them? What can you do for them? That's the kind of question you should be asking when you want to find a mentor. Now, there's some people that you can connect with and they say they're mentoring. You say, okay, I need you to mentor. I need help, right? But a lot of times people want to know, what can you do for me, and think vice versa. So find a mentor. Second part of that mentorship thing is to build your community. So you may not have one mentor, but you have a group of people who are in that field, who are like-minded, that you're gonna start connecting with, that you're gonna start, you follow what they do, and then you boost them up. You may learn some things from them. You let your audience know, and you follow this person, learn something from them, let your audience know, and then you start boosting them up. Next you know, those people are boosting you up as well. That is that community aspect. So mentorship involves connecting with other people, whether it's someone who's just ahead of you or light years ahead of you, wherever you want to go, whether it's something that's free or eventually you pay for, but you want to get to the next level. Every successful person has done it. And the second part of that is you definitely want to build your community around you of like-minded people who are immersed in this business, who are doing it, who are successful or building, right? You don't just go after the Gary V's of the world, the Tony Robbins, E.T., the hip hop preacher, right? Les Brown. If you see someone, let's say you have 10 followers, you have 50 subscribers on YouTube. If there's a person that has 100 and they're getting 75 views, you're getting 50 views, connect with them. You know what I mean? Support them, connect with them, see what you can learn from them, because they're one step ahead of you. So all that works to the mentorship or linking up with actual people who are doing what you're doing and who are ahead of you at varying levels. Part number 3 is where the rubber hits the road. That's right. It's where you start putting what you consumed and the mentorship that you've learned into action. So, folks, people that know me know I love my YouTube videos. And sometimes you can sit there and watch these guys, like you watch these dudes. There's one of my favorite guys that I used to I still watch, Tall Guy Car Reviews. You see where he came from. You see where he's living. He's living in California in a nice high-rise overlooking the Staples Center. You see the nice cars and all these things. You're like, man, that actually boosts, for me, it motivates me. I'm like, I can do that. I can get there. But if you just sit there and just watch videos 24/7, you're not gonna go anywhere. At some point, you gotta turn around, right? You see the computer behind me? See the lights, right? Mind you, this is one of the lights I had purchased. This is right here. This is one of the systems that I had purchased to hold my phone here, and the light was right above, but I just didn't like that look. Just a quick little side note, a little hint about YouTubing. This little thing, I talked about it in one of my past videos. This thing was about $25. This light was about around 20 bucks as well. It's not difficult, and I've added some pieces. So that was just a quick sidebar about getting stuff going. But I've added other things, so now I can just use this light as a rim light. As you can see right here, it kind of separates me from the wall. But that's just a little YouTube tip. We'll get more about lighting and setup and these things. I'll do more videos about that. But like I said, get on the computer, put up your things. I still use my iPhone 8 Plus to do everything. I record it on my iPhone 8 Plus. At first I was just using iMovie in the camera. Now I stepped up. You know, hey, big time people do big things. Yeah, okay. I bought this app for about 20 bucks, which is something called Filmic Pro. I'm actually using it along with my iPad, where I have the camera in front of me and I have my iPad as a remote so I could see everything that I'm doing, and I'm using the back lens instead of the front lens now. Because before I used to see myself in the camera, I stepped on up, boy. I don't do these little things like little people. I'm just kidding. You know, we gotta keep it light, because for me, one thing you always hear me say is I don't put myself above anybody, and I put no one above me as well. We're all human beings. I don't care how much money you make, what your titles are. You are a human being just like me, and remember that. You matter, you value, you have value, you have worth no matter where you are in life, okay? So these are things that I come to the point where I'm able to do. And at first it was tough, but now it gets easier to just pick up the camera, put it up, and get going. Man, but when I first started in January though, or even when I took a long break and I had to start back up, it was a lot tougher. But right now I have a renewed mind, I have a renewed focus, because I have some goals. And so at the end of the day, I'm like, let's go, let's get it done, right? So these are the simple things that you have to do. You have to implement what you are consuming. You have to implement what you're learning from your gurus and your community. Consume it. Get a lot of information. Speak to people, connect, network. Big key, network. But then make sure you're doing. And when you're doing, do me a favor. Please don't judge yourself. Let go of that thing. I deal with that all the time. Like, you look at that, you're like, man, my stuff is crap compared to Casey Neistat, compared to Philip Bloom, compared to all these other big people, you know, on YouTube or anything else like that. Don't do that to yourself. They all started just like you. And so I deal with that all the time as well, but I push beyond it, because I know if I just keep doing it, I keep doing it over and over, by the grace of God, I am gonna master it. And that is the simple truth. Don't know if it's gonna happen this year in 2020 or next year, but trust the process. It will happen. And that is the same thing that I want from you. All right, folks. So hopefully you got a couple of nuggets from this. Hopefully you are going out there and you are, you're implementing things. You're putting plans into action. You're letting go of the fears and you're jumping in. I've heard from a couple of you guys who've enjoyed the past videos, who've reached out to me on Facebook or left me comments below. Much appreciated. Much love. God bless. I appreciate the feedback, because you know what? We don't do things for accolades, but it's nice to know that somebody appreciates it. And I do appreciate it, because everything I do is to be able to help out other people, to let other people know that God has put greatness in them and they can go far in life. So I love it. Thanks for reaching out. And I want to see what you guys end up doing in 2020. Listen, this is a year of blessing. Yes, there's we lost loved ones. We know people were sick. There's been a lot of trauma, right? And RIP to all those people. We pray for those families, the people who've lost loved ones, but we have to make the best of the rest of this year. All right, folks. So this is it for today's conversation. Hopefully you enjoyed it all. And do me a favor, if you enjoyed it, let me know what you're doing, what you're planning to do, or what you would like to do in 2020. Comment below. And then, of course, if you have any questions, anything that you need help with, let me know. Maybe I can give you some tips and I can let you know what I've done so far and help you to get going. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. Hit the like button as well. That helps us support the channel. and stay tuned for the next video on Wednesday. Now, as always, you know how we do. Do me a favor, live your best life and live the majestic lifestyle. See you on Wednesday.